Few outside Kent remember the name Princess Irene, yet its destruction remains one of the deadliest non-combat disasters in British naval history. On the morning of May 27, 1915, a serious accident occurred at the port of Sheerness in Kent, England. The ocean liner Princess Irene, which had been built in 1914 for the Canadian Pacific Railway and was only a year old, had been taken over by the Royal Navy just a few months earlier and converted into a mine layer. While workers were loading hundreds of sea mines on board, the ship suddenly exploded. The blast completely destroyed Princess Irene and badly damaged several smaller vessels nearby. Estimates suggest around 400 people died, mostly dockyard workers, sailors, and a few civilian crew members. Because the explosion happened alongside the dock, many of the victims were local men from Sheerness and the surrounding Medway towns who had come to work that morning. Bodies and fragments were scattered over a wide area, and a number were never identified. The force of the explosion was remarkable for a non-combat incident. Pieces of the ship weighing several tons were thrown as far as 6 miles inland. One large section of hull plate landed in a field near Raynham, and a boiler reportedly came down near Sittingbourne. Windows were shattered in villages several miles away, and people in Chatham, 8 miles up the river, heard and felt the shock. Only one person very close to the ship is known to have survived. James Wills, a 27-year-old stoker who had been working on deck, was lifted off his feet by the blast, carried almost 100 meters through the air, and dropped into thick mud on the riverbank. Covered in oil and badly bruised, he walked away with relatively minor injuries and lived until 1963. No official inquiry ever established the precise cause, mainly because the ship and everything near the loading point was obliterated. The most widely accepted explanation is that hurried wartime production led to mines being fitted with primers that were too sensitive. A small knock, or even a slight chemical reaction inside one primer could have set off the whole cargo in a chain reaction. A few lesser-known details have survived in local records. For example, a young boy selling newspapers on the dock was killed, and his coins were later found fused together by the heat. Residents of Sheerness still occasionally turn up small pieces of metal in their gardens that are believed to be fragments from the ship.